Hola, hola, welcome to my channel. My name is Ilse and today I'm gonna be talking about favorites and fails of February. So I try a lot this month. I feel like I've been trying a lot of things and I actually had 8 favorites and 4 fails. So if you are interested in hearing what made it to the cut, just keep on watching. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the skincare, and one of the products that I have been using non-stop day and night is the new essence from Ren, and I was very surprised by the texture of this because it's very thick. Even though it's very thick, it penetrates very well into the skin. Sometimes I feel like it can start like forming kind of like a film, but it disappears instantly. It has amazing ingredients in this. It not only has a blend of hyaluronic acid but also polyglutamate acid. It has niacinamide. It has bioferment ingredients which are gonna protect the skin and also strengthen the skin barrier. It leaves the skin super soft, supple, and a little bit of glow. And I have noticed that it works very well with all my other skincare ingredients, and also I have noticed a slight difference in my redness. So for me, this is a major plus. It is on the pricier side, but I am really enjoying it and it made the cut. Another favorite is the Naturium Marshmallow Root Cream Balm, Barrier Balm. This has been amazing for the days that I'm doing a recovery, more strengthening my barrier routine at night. It has the loveliest texture. I am acne prone, so I'm always very particular with the balms that I use because they can cause acne, like especially, Vaseline, Aquaphor, all those, they usually cause acne on me. But this, it's full of amazing ingredients which are more on they are not as occlusive as for say Vaseline, but I still get the benefits of the slugging. The ingredients are very good. It not only contains marshmallow root extract, it also contains arnica, collodion oatmeal. It also has, I believe, Centella asiatica, which are all those ingredients are gonna strengthen your barrier, but it also is gonna make your skin very smooth, very supple, and it has been just an amazing product. It's $25. You can get it at Target, and the texture is the loveliest texture. It's also fragrance free, which is very important for me, and I just cannot recommend this enough. Okay, and now I'm gonna talk about makeup. I have 2 e.l.f. products, and the first one is gonna be the e.l.f. Camo Color Corrector in color Peach. I have been adoring this. It is amazing at color correcting the blue and purplish color from my dark circles, and the texture is very lightweight. Like, it feels creamy, but it blends beautifully. I have tried it with so many concealers, and this has worked amazing. I was trying to compare it to the LA Girl color correctors, but I feel like the LA Girl one, the color is a little bit darker, and also the texture is thicker. So sometimes it can be very difficult to work with all my concealers. So I'm still trying to decide if it's worth the comparison or not. But so far, this has been amazing. The other e.l.f. products that I have is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. I have been using it non-stop. I think I started using it in January and I haven't been able to put it down. So this definitely sets my under eye area. It keeps it in place. I have noticed that my concealer doesn't crease as much, but one of the things that I like the most is that it brightens that area really well. I will say that this is not particularly good to set on my face just because I don't think it controls the oil as much, but it's just a beautiful product just to brighten that under eye area. The pink color is just amazing, and also the finish is very skin-like. It gives a little bit of glow, but it's more like a radiance that it gives. absolutely impressed with this powder. And I have to talk about this Jones Road bronzer. The color is very lovely. It's not warm, it's not cool, it's very neutral. This is the shade, I think it's medium tan, which is I think like the third lightest. And I have been reaching out for this as my bronzer blush combo. It is absolutely stunning. I wasn't sure if this was gonna work because the color seemed a little bit too light for my liking, but once I put it on my skin, it's just absolutely beautiful. The texture is not as creamy or powdery, it's just right. I don't know how to describe it, but once it goes into the skin, it's very sheer, so you can build it up to your liking. And I have been just really impressed. And for me, this is probably one of the products that I can just use it as a bronzer slash blush and I'll be good to go. Okay, so I tried the new Unlock lipsticks from Hourglass. I started with one color and I had to go get another one because the formula is absolutely beautiful. It has a satin finish with a medium weight. So they are going to be super comfortable on the lips. They're going to be very hydrating, but you're not going to get that feeling of a lipstick. They are not as balmy as the the Merit ones, but these are absolutely beautiful. I like that whenever they fade evenly, and they are not as long lasting as a matte lipstick, but I actually don't mind that because they are absolutely beautiful. The only downside of this is that the swatches are horrible online, so I actually had to look through the internet and look for other people's swatches to choose my shades. I went with the shade Roar, which is a orange red, which I absolutely adore. Roar is a very, very beautiful orange red. And then I also chose Lotus, which is more of a cool pink, which is what I'm wearing today. And I have been just absolutely in love with this formula. They truly became one of my top 3 lipstick, which says a lot, and I think I need more shades. And lastly, I wasn't sure if I should include this, but I started using it kind of like at the middle of the month, but I haven't been able to put it down, and that's the mascara Cannot Stop Staring from Gwen Stefani. I don't even know how to pronounce the brand, so I'm not gonna try it. But what I love the most is the one. It has a ball, like a tip ball applicator at the end, which at the beginning it was kind of hard to use it, but once I learned how to get into those really tiny eyelashes, not only on the top but also the bottom, it was amazing. I love the packaging, I'm not gonna lie. This packaging is absolutely chic, stunning, love it, love it. And it feels heavy. The formula is, I don't think it's in the middle. It's not as dry, it's not as wet. I think it's just perfect, and it gives me some length, it gives me definition, it gives me some volume. It doesn't give me like the best volume, but it's just perfect for me for every day. It's $20, which is comparable to my beloved Tower 28, and I have been enjoying it. I was looking to see if this was a tubing mascara because I can definitely see those filaments that the tubing mascara have, and it's because I have seen on the ingredient list that it has a lot of polymers, which is basically what makes a tubing mascara, but it's not marketed as a tubing mascara. So it was very easy to remove just with some water or just micellar water, and it just, I don't know, I just really love the impact that this mascara makes on my eyes. And I'm actually wearing it today, and I will probably have a review on my Instagram page of this mascara, wearing the before and after, one coat, second coat, and I'm really impressed and I really like it. Let's talk about the fails. So I wasn't sure where to include this product. I had to think about all the pros and cons, and I was very hesitant just because this is a Neutrogena skin tint, mineral skin tint SPF 30. And the only reason I included in the fails and not the favorites, or I wasn't sure where to include it, is because it's pricey. For Neutrogena, this is like almost $20. Like you can find it for like $16. But if I'm gonna spend that much money on a sunscreen, I'll rather just spend $10 more and get my favorite sunscreen, which is the Summer Fridays Mineral Shade Drops. What I was really excited about this, it was because it has a tint in it. On me, zero tint. I didn't find absolutely zero coverage with this, and that's one of the reasons it made it to the fails. It is a lovely product. I think the finish is absolutely beautiful. I was scared that it was gonna leave a white cast, which it took a little bit to blend in, probably like 2-3 minutes. Every time I use it is the same thing. Even if I put it in layers, it does take a little bit to sink in and remove that grayish shade, but it is beautiful. It looks absolutely beautiful under makeup. It feels really good on the skin, but the only reason I just don't think I will continue reach out for this is because one, the price, and the second one is the tint. I have absolutely zero coverage, and it doesn't even cover my blemishes. So for me, it just lovely product, just not what I expected from this. Okay, another sunscreen fail is this sunscreen for a new brand available at Sephora. It's called Soleil Toujurs. I'm not even sure if I'm saying it right, but this is a mineral sunscreen that has SPF 60 and it's packed of antioxidants. In paper it sounded really good, but I was still afraid of leaving a white cast just because the protection is very high, and it's usually very high. It's very hard to achieve a high protection sunscreen with mineral filters. So when I tried it first, I tried it on my stories and I tried it all at once, and it took like 10 minutes to blend in, and it still left a white cast. So when I kept trying it, I had to use little by little. I was using one finger at a time to apply the sunscreen. It still took some time to blend in. When it blended into the skin, it left a beautiful glowy finish, but it took forever to penetrate into the skin. So if I'm gonna work so hard for a sunscreen that I'm gonna be using every single day, it's just very hard for me to love, you know. And it also had a citrusy scent that I couldn't get past it. Like it will disappear like later on the day, but not right after. So if I'm gonna pay $40-50 for a sunscreen, I have to be in love with that sunscreen, and this was not the case, unfortunately. And I mentioned that I fell in love with the Camo color corrector from e.l.f., the peach shade. The green shade, I tried to make it work on my redness, and it just left a gray undertone to my makeup. It was not very cute, and the more I kept researching, I kept finding that instead of using a green color corrector, to use a yellow color corrector. So I actually got the yellow version of this, and I'm gonna try to compare it to this, but this one I tried to make it work with my concealer, with my foundation. It was just, it still left a gray finish, and it was not very flattering. So I'm gonna keep you posted, but definitely the green color corrector didn't work for me. Okay, and I was at Ulta, and it was actually like an impulse buy, and it's this NYX Smooth Whip matte lipstick. I think it's like a liquid lipstick matte, but it's like the formula is very velvety, it's very smooth, it goes nice into the lips, it doesn't dry them down as much, but it took forever for it to set into the lips, and I could definitely see being non-transfer, but it definitely had to like be completely dry, and that took forever. to make it non-transfer. So the colors, I think they're also kind of, I don't know, I just like, I saw this color and I was, this is gonna look beautiful, but once I put it into my lips, I look like dead. So I don't know if I just picked the wrong color, but it was just, you know, one thing or the other, it was just not one of my favorites. So that's why this is a fail. And lastly, probably you already know, but the Kosas IV Glow. I tried to make this work so many times, and just because the brand kind of like pushed me, you know, to be like, well, you can use it this way, that way, whatever. And I use it by itself on their makeup, and I look like the Tin Man. It was just very chunky, very glittery. It was not flattering a lot at all. And then I tried to use it with my foundation. It actually worked better, but I feel like it made my foundation change color. It make it look a little bit more orangey and yellowish. And I could see some of that glitter in my base, and it wasn't that flattering. And I tried to use it as a highlighter as well, and I think that's when it worked the best, but it was just not what I was expecting. I wanted something to look like this, you know, like my Merit highlighter. It wasn't it. It was still kind of chunky, and it just, unfortunately, you know, I wanted to be this my replacement for my Chanel one, and it failed. It failed really bad. And that's it for today's video. I hope you take everything I say with a salt of grain, just because, you know, what worked for me, what didn't work for me doesn't mean it's not gonna work for you, or it's gonna work for you. So, you know, beauty is very subjective. It's not gonna be the same for me, and it's not gonna be the same for you. It doesn't mean that the product is bad, it's just it wasn't in my taste. So thank you so much for watching, and please give it a thumbs up if you like this video, and subscribe. And you can always find me on Instagram and TikTok. See you next.